What is going on, Weekend Hangover crew? This is your boy Preach bringing you another video. Today is a help me video of wide receiver Corey Davis from the Tennessee Titans. Now, Tennessee Titans decided not to pick up Corey Davis's fifth-year option, so I wanted to look at his skill set and see if I could find out what he does great and if it will work good for another team, or if the Titans decide to re-sign him. Now, there's a lot of things that Corey does amazing, and then there's a lot of things that Corey does that I really don't like, and it's tendencies he can get rid of. I think the wide receivers coach should have chewed him out multiple times for doing some of the things that he does, and could have made him a way better receiver because he's not bad. I mean, look how explosive he was in college. Now, Corey does have a slower release, especially against press coverage, and it's kind of weird because he is a bigger receiver at 6'3", 209. So I feel that's kind of weird that he really struggles fighting off the press. Sometimes his hand placement, he just gets pushed back. He gets thrown off routes. And then when that happens to him, he kind of just slows down in his routes, like the quarterback's just not going to go to him now. He does have a slow release, but he is extremely fast when he gets going. His 0 to 60 is about average. But when he gets going, the man gets moving. He's got pretty decent speed. Another thing that I see is his route running isn't top notch. I want to say it's probably average, maybe slightly above average. He could do a lot of things better. He could sit down on top of the routes. Multiple different things he could do better to improve his route running. And another thing that I think that could help him out a lot, and also his quarterback, is he doesn't sit down in zones at all. He just keeps running into the route or keeps running, into the defender instead of just sitting down in zone plays, which I feel is kind of weird. And that's something that the wide receiver coach could teach you. Hey, look, you see this type of zone, when you're looking for it, boom, just sit into it. But instead, he just keeps running into his route. I think is one major thing he needs to improve. And then when his initial route doesn't work, he gives up on the play. Like I said, he doesn't sit in the zone, so he'll just keep running, and he just kind of gives up on the play. He won't come back into the play. He won't try to scramble around. None of that. Which, especially for a guy with pretty decent size and speed, you would think he would try to get open, try to get a 50-50 ball his way or anything like that. And that's another thing that I also think hurt him, is he's a pretty decent 50-50 ball guy. But with the two quarterbacks that he's had in the NFL, and Mariota and Tannehill, they're not 50-50 ball kind of guys. If you're not open, they're not going to throw you the ball. They want to be more accurate and more precise on the throw. So if they see that you're covered, they're usually not going to look your way. And I feel that's what hurt Corey Davis because, like I said before, he has a pretty decent slow release. So it takes him a second to get open. And by that point, either Tannehill's looking somewhere else or he could be sacked in the play. So for Corey Davis, he is going to move on to a different team. Like I said, the Titans did not pick up his fifth-year option. Teams that I think would benefit from him are teams with a good QB coach, because I really don't think he's being utilized well or pretty much at all. Like I said, he's an explosive receiver. In college, he used to take, and even his second year in the NFL, he would take handoffs. And he would basically be a running back in the backfield. Any way to get the ball in his hands was a pretty decent move, in my opinion. He was explosive with it, like I said. But in the NFL, he hasn't done much. He hasn't even been a 1,000-yard receiver. Because like I said before, it's his 50-50 ball. It's pretty amazing. Like, he's pretty good at getting up there and getting it like an Alshon Jeffries type player. But he's just not being utilized that way. So I think a good place for him to go would be a place with a great wide receivers coach to teach him some of the things that I've talked about in this video and basically use him the right way that he needs to be used. One of the teams that come into mind to me is probably the Pittsburgh Steelers, just because they dish out wide receivers like it's nothing, and I feel that their wide receiver coach, teaches them guys a lot of different things to do. So I think that's probably one of the best teams to go to. But if y'all have anything different to say, throw us down in the comment section below. And if you like the video, please throw us a thumbs up. And if you want to be a part of the Weekend Hangover crew, subscribe to us. Until the next video, see ya.